This is 8 Minutes of Awesome. I'm Jennifer Lipsky. There's an infinite resource available to us all that John Styn wants you to know about. Joining me today is John Styn. Hi, John.
Hello, it's so good to see you.
Oh, thank you. It's great to see you too. So, John, tell us, what is this infinite resource?
Well, I think the infinite resource that is always there is love, and it is not so much a thing that we access, but a thing that we get out of the way and allow. And I think that there's so much of our lives is about crafting and creating and planning and orchestrating this very conscious, intentional plan of how to get what we think we want. And yet everything that we truly want is only available when we strip all that away and allow that love to just flow through us. And so much of the things that become the obstacles to our peace, our joy, are those very plans and those very stories of what we think we need when it's always there if we get out of the way.
Right. Yeah, so true. Hey, let's talk about your website, johnston.com, which is full of amazing stuff with which you fill your life and your day. I was looking at it, and you have Hug Nation and the Hugmobile and the Pink Path and First Saturdays. So much good stuff. Within all of that, I would like you to touch on why you do what you do.
Well, I discovered the internet very early and started writing stories about funny stories. And then I started writing more and more revealing stories. And at some point, I had an experience where I shared a very vulnerable thing and was kind of afraid of the backlash. And what instead I received from people was this incredible love. And and more than that, I started to receive these messages from people who thanked me for helping them to kind of open and crack open and light up a little bit, giving them permission to kind of express a part of themselves. And the feeling, I'm getting chills talking about it, the feeling that I got of playing a small role in someone else's, awakening
Hmm.
was so powerful and so addictive that I was like, I want more of this in my life. This is all I want. And luckily, I was very young, so I get to get too deep into a career path. And so I started saying, if whatever I do for work, I want to make sure that it just gives me enough resources so that I can keep pursuing ways of following my truth as a way of also facilitating other people to find their truth. And it, so blessed that that path has led me in all sorts of beautiful places. And so I think that's what drives me is like, if I can play some role, although let me alter that, because along the way, I also realized that if you do so with the intention of changing another, that comes up with the mistake of feeling like I know what's best for people. And so the desire to play that role while also staying in a humble integrity of I need to make sure I'm in my truth. And if that truth is in alignment with source, with love, it will have a rippling effect on people. And that's outside of my control. That's how I know if I'm in alignment, but it's not me to decide if my path is should be impactful to others. That was actually a huge thing for me because I used to want so hard when I wanted to be on stage. I wanted people to listen to me. And then once I was like, well, if I stop thinking about the size of the audience and instead thinking about the alignment of my truth, then it doesn't matter how many people are listening. Then it's you win. Like if you're a musician and there's someone dancing to your song, you win. If you're totally focused on, man, why can't I play a big arena? Why can't I play? You lose because that trap will never finish. If you just know my truth aligns with another, resonates with another, that's the gift. Vulnerability has been a huge part of my path and my purpose. Like I know that there are a lot of teachers that come from a place of I'm an authority, I'm a teacher, follow these 5 rules to prosperity or whatever it is. And I often get a little intimidated by that because my path is one of mad fluctuations and profound divinity and horrific, crippling down funks. And so I've found that my path has been one of trying to honor all of those things and not pretend.
Hmm.
There's a line in the Course in Miracles, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. And I think all of the profound teacher prophets come to that place of, you know, I surrender, I surrender. And that is that that place of I am weak as well as I am powerful is so inherent in my path. And if it resonates with others, that's the why.
Yeah. And I would like to know if there was one specific message right now for other people to hear that comes really deeply from your heart. What would it be?
I think it's that it's very tempting to try to become the image of what you think will get what you think you want. The being cool, being popular, being whatever, like it's struggling to play the role um, is exhausting and so painful because it's like going to an audition and being told that if someone ever judges you for you playing this role, it's so painful because you stepped into an audition and they told you that you suck. But if instead you can practice quieting, tuning in, and discovering what you truly want, what you truly are, really, what really is you, then you can walk in the world and judgment feels like nothing. Because if someone places judgment on you pretending, it hurts because you've tried and failed. If they do judgment on you just being you, well, that's like judging the shape of a cloud or the color of a flower. It's ridiculous and it has everything to do with the other person. It's one way less effort to just allow yourself to be, allow that love to flow through you, and it is there's way less suffering in that path.
Mm, yeah.
And and on top of that, it is the way that you give your gift to the world. That's what the whole world is waiting for. It's for that light to shine through you. That's how you inspire others. That's how you play your role. That's how you are the cell that you're supposed to be in the cosmic organism. So
Mm.
thank you for following that light and being that you. Thank you.
Yeah, oh my gosh, absolutely. Right? Let's really be fully present and be right out there, put everything we have out there and really shine. And I want you to tell people about the billboard that you're on, the phrase that you had. Really strong message. What was it?
The one message that I come to all the time is love more, fear less.
Great message. Johnston, thank you so much for joining us on 8 Minutes of Awesome.
Thank you. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Hey, let's hug it out.
Mm.